Hey, everybody, and welcome to Generally Speaking, the podcast that bridges the worlds of pop culture and personal development. I'm your host, Jennifer Snook. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I hope everything has been going really well in your world. Things have been great in mine, hectic as always, but at this point, I'm not sure what I would do if they weren't that way. Before we get into it, you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you reach out and smash that subscribe button. I would appreciate that. I also wanted to take a minute to talk about the fact that April is Sjogren's Awareness Month, and Sjogren's is an autoimmune disease that I have been battling with, and this is a disease that not enough people know about. Sjogren's primarily attacks your lacrimal glands and your salivary glands. So all of the juicy fluids in your head that your eyes and your teeth float around in, that is compromised and it is attacked and it is dried up. And then that dry, if you guys often see me touching my eyes, it's because the fluids do get dried out and then they turn to little miniature little sand granules and they populate the entire soft tissue around my eyes and in my face. And those little granules screw with they cause backups, right, in the flow of my eyes and all of those little tubes in there. So I am constantly battling with this. It attacks your joints, it makes you tired and exhausted, and it really is a cross to bear. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that, and I will leave a link in the description where you can get more information about Sjogren's. Okay, now into the juicy stuff, you guys, and let's get Christy on the line because we have our girl back. Hello, darling.
There you are. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, my love. How are you? Firstly, how was Easter? I know we haven't caught up, but are you still sane?
I am. And I'm still January dry. Here we are since January 11th. So
that is very impressive, my love, especially when you're dealing with holidays and the stressors that come with them.
I am solid.
I love that.
My nieces swam all day. It was a California Easter and it was great. We did it on Saturday.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We had a good time too. You know, at this point with my mom, I had no intention of coming up to the Babe, but at this point with my mom, you know, I just feel like every day I have with her is a day that I can't take for granted. So especially when it's a holiday.
For sure.
So anyway, if you want to find me, I'll be driving up and down the 101 or the 5 or whichever way is fastest to get there that day.
Yeah, I was glad to hear that you were coming down.
Yeah, but I will tell you this bridge into your parents getting older. I mean, I know we're all getting older, but your parents getting older, navigating this whole thing, and
I'm glad you have siblings.
Yeah. I have 2 siblings that help a lot, just help this whole process. And then we have, the outlier that seems to be making everything more complicated than it has to be and more dramatic than it has to be. So,
makes it heavier.
We just keep plugging along, baby.
Exactly.
So anyway, there's been big happenings. Have you heard about what Melissa and Joe are up to?
No, what?
Teresa is going to be so unhappy about this. And also, there's a lot of Teresa stuff happening right now. Firstly, Teresa's going to be having a heart attack because Melissa and Joe are going to be doing wife swap.
Just coming back.
Or they're doing like a special edition, like a Housewives edition, and Melissa and Joe are going to be one of the couples. Don't you think that's amazing?
I love it. I can't wait to see who Joe gets to have at his house.
I know. I think it'll be great. And I think poor Teresa's probably thinking, why didn't they ask us? Because here's why. Who wants to be married to Louis except Teresa? Even for pretend.
Right?
Right? But also, Teresa had Gia on. Have you listened to any of Gia's anything? Do you know she has a new podcast?
Yes.
Casual Chaos, I think it's called.
All I know is she rips on Bethany Frankel once in a while, who, P.S., I heard is moving to Florida.
Yes, I don't know what. I find this so hilarious that everybody's all worked up about Bethany's moving to Florida. Bethany's moving to Florida. Did you hear Bethany's moving to Florida? Like, why is everyone worked up that Bethany's moving to Florida? Don't like the majority of people from New York migrate down to Florida? I feel like that's a very natural progression to Florida.
It's like our Palm Desert.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like. And it's not like she's giving up her pad in New York. She's just not, she's gotta be HOD.
People are also saying she's doing it for the tax umbrella. I thought, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think you're going to move and uproot your kid from school. And when are they leaving? Immediately? Like,
yeah, actually,
there's not that much school year left. I don't know if that kid is in traditional school or is homeschooled, but I don't know. I think a move of that magnitude right before the school year is out, she's got to be HOD. And you know what that means? High on dick.
I was thinking it had something to do with Housewives.
No, HOD.
Well,
I came up with that. I came up with that one time. I was with my girlfriend who was divorced, and we were in Calabasas, and she was, I'm telling you, something about 40-something-year-old women that get divorced. It is something to witness, I will tell you.
I just
it was like crack for her. And I looked at her, I go, "You're HOD." She goes, "Huh?" I said, "Yeah, high on dick."
Dick.
And I've used it. I use it all the time.
Yeah, I just spray tanned somebody that's single and
looking for it.
Every 2 weeks. She lives up in the city, has a loft, and she is living.
Yeah. Hoping to be high on dick.
Oh, she's getting high on dick. She's getting it. And with younger, I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay.
The youngest guy I've ever been with is Mike. And he is a year and 2 months younger than me. And for me, that's huge. I mean, my ex-husband was 12 years older than me. Tony, who I was with and engaged to, was almost 15 years older than me. I've never been with anyone younger.
Yeah, I've only been with Sam Laird was 2 years younger.
Sam Laird. Did you see Jax out? I know. Oh, hold on. Before we get to Jax, I got to get back to Teresa. So she was on on Teresa's Turning the Tables podcast, and Teresa was asking her all these questions. Now, once again, not to bag on this poor family, but they say things without realizing that they're giving themselves away. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're constantly telling on themselves. Teresa asked her I don't know. Teresa asked her a question. I don't remember what it was, but G came back and said, "I don't know. I'm just really surprised. Well, I just always thought that our family would have a show before I would have my own show." And I just thought the fact that Gia is saying out loud that she thought her family would have a show before her show. So there you go, everybody. That's it. There is no show in development for Teresa's family. All of this, Teresa's going to get a spinoff shit. No way, no how. If you listen to the way Gia was speaking on that podcast, there is no show in the works. Period.
And we've never heard about it other than from Teresa's mouth. So,
or other people, other podcasters or people that speak on Housewives, trying to see a world in which Bravo could keep Teresa, you know what I mean? Keep their family in the Bravo loop. But no. And I said it before, and I think there is a reason that they wanted this show, Next Gen, to premiere before they make the announcements about Jersey. Because that way Teresa will not sabotage Bravo, because in sabotaging Bravo, she will be sabotaging her daughter, and she will not do that.
Yeah, got it.
And that is just my take on Teresa.
So when is Wife Swap happening?
They haven't filmed it yet. But it's happening.
Cool.
And I am excited.
Where is Miami Housewives, speaking of Florida?
I heard that Andy made a statement saying that they're in the middle of recording and filming an amazing season.
Good, because I really miss them.
So if it's an amazing season, then hopefully that means it's worth waiting for. Always. Which we're going to have to do, because I just can't. I don't know.
You don't like it?
I don't know. I haven't watched Miami Housewives since like season 1. So maybe
Oh,
Miami Housewives is going to have to be your segment.
yes, I love it. It's great. I love it.
You got how many Brazilians are on that?
Three, maybe. I think three.
But I did like it when Leah Black was on it. I do remember that.
I love Leah Black. She's on Jeff, which I haven't listened to Jeff in weeks.
Oh, I heard your friend Fortune's getting a divorce.
He is. I
Yeah.
saw that last night.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Her and the good Jax are split.
The good Jax, you mean the Jax that wasn't out scratching his crotch?
I just saw that pulling his sweats down and scratch. It's on TMZ.
I mean,
what dirty pig.
Yeah, with a hook, put it away.
He looks like he has bad breath, and I've heard that he has bad breath. So now every time I look at him and he's on his show, I just think, you have horrible breath. Besides being a trash bucket.
I suppose the rest of the world knew that he was doing coke, but I don't know if everyone was like a full-blown balls to the wall addict.
Did you not watch Vanderpump Rules?
Yeah, but he wasn't on for the last few years. I didn't know what was happening with him. I thought that maybe he'd cleaned up his act after he got married to some varying degree.
Nah.
But I will say, looking at it all now, it's wild looking at it. It's really, I know everybody's all in an uproar about him, body shaming Britney. Did you watch on that episode? He said, I love women. I love women that look like Britney. I would never say that. But when you're like, he very well may. He may love women that look like Britney. But the fact of the matter is, he wasn't saying that because he didn't like the way she looked. He's trying to make her feel like as much of a pile of shit as he feels because he's so
miserable.
He's so miserable. Yeah, I mean, my God. And if that guy's been dealing with this level of an addiction for that long, I mean, yeah. I know all about it. My dad was a coke head my whole life. I know what coke addiction is like to live with. I know how fucking detrimental it is, and it's horrible. It's just horrible. And listening to him say that shit to her was like, I was transported.
And he hasn't hit rock bottom yet.
Oh, no. And honestly, there's a side of me that's wondering if he's so manipulative that he didn't stage this whole thing right as
Cameron did.
Up again. I mean, did he? I mean, I don't know.
He only stayed at the rehab for 2 weeks, and his publicist
long enough so they could get all the footage about his storyline going to rehab.
Right.
I mean, let's face it. He would know the general pop has been so invested in the jaxtaylor storyline that if the season 1 of The Valley is a hit, which it was, it's just like songwriters and musicians. They always worry about their sophomore album because if they have a hit, if their first one's a hit, then they need, a bigger banger so that you don't forget about them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what bigger banger would there be for Jax to finally admit after all these years on the sophomore season of The Valley that indeed I'm a drug addict.
Duh.
I have a cocaine problem.
Right. When I saw
I'm off the rails.
Literally.
That's my point. Exactly.
Yeah. His press person put out, though, that he was there for a month. Lied to us.
Well, I would like an update on him now. Like, where is he in his journey now?
Yeah, me too.
I am curious. So word on the street, I don't know if it is, I don't know if it's been substantiated yet, or I don't know if anyone's confirmed this, but Erica Jane apparently has been demoted to a friend of.
Ooh.
And that is, allegedly.
Wow.
That's the word of the week, right? Allegedly. I mean, honestly, I hope she's not because I think Erica's been given it forever. But you
I
know,
I
I
think
love Erica. You know, I love Erica, but also maybe she could. It's happened before. You can be demoted to a friend up position and then come right back.
yeah.
Also, demoting Erica right now when she's just getting her groove back would be a bad decision because I would really like to see. I would like to see Erica. We've never seen Erica date. We
Yeah.
we've never seen Erica date. I mean, she was married to the crypt keeper for, since we've known her.
I feel like this season we could have seen a little more than just the wallpaper, like I said before, but she doesn't
Yeah,
share.
I don't know. I just don't know how much,
She wants to
and
share.
that's like goes back to that question. Does someone always have to have a storyline for the season, or do they always have to have an interesting storyline, or can they just be interesting enough as a person? You know what I mean? I think the problem is sometimes when people say, "Oh, what's her storyline? What's her storyline?" Then it puts pressure on people to create false storylines and manufacture things. And that I think contributes to this all overproduction of a reality show. I think when you can just keep it as raw as possible and not put expectations on somebody about what's their storyline going to be. What the fuck was Kyle Richards' storyline until she started liking Morgan? I mean, I loved Kyle all those years, but she never had like a story.
White, the white party.
The white party.
You
Yeah.
know who kept it the greatest was the OG New York. No storylines. Let's just go.
All interesting people, right? They're
Yeah.
all just interesting people. I mean, we did watch Sonia, try to have her toaster ovens and shit like that. But for the most part, that's just life. That's just watching interesting people do life.
Right.
Now you've got all this. Well, what's your storyline? You wouldn't have a storyline if it wasn't for me. I mean,
Right.
if I hear Teresa say that one more time about
Like,
Melissa, I feel like, quite frankly, we don't know what Teresa's storyline would have ever been if it wasn't for Melissa. I think Melissa gave Teresa a storyline. Thank you. Right? I mean, honestly,
yeah.
we could have all been done with Teresa 100 years ago if we weren't so invested in the outcome of her relationship with her brother.
And exactly.
Her only brother.
Yeah. Her
Only sibling for that matter.
Right. Right.
Anyway, Lexi was on a podcast and she called Jesse Solomon a very, very scary person.
Ooh,
now, you can say what you want about Jesse Solomon, but very, very scary person. Why? Because you didn't feel your emotions didn't feel safe with him. Sorry.
Scary, I wouldn't say, but him being a little gaslighter to her and accusing her of flirting with Wes while no, he was trying to turn the narrative to go, well, you were doing that, so the toe sucking was fine.
Yeah.
Even now.
Right. But he's not scary.
No, I would never describe him as that.
Did you hear that Stassi and Bo are having a little marital tension?
No.
And it is all because of his sister.
Yes.
Bo's sister. And not only this is a sister that he just found out about, like recently.
The one in Italy?
Well, I don't know if the sister's in Italy, but I don't know, where is she in Italy?
There's a sister that lives in Italy. Maybe he found a new sister.
I don't know if this sister I know he did not grow up with. He just found her later in life. And he has her name tattooed on his body. And Stassi's like, what the fuck? This sister comes along. You don't even have my name tattooed on your body.
Like Jax.
Why would I? Jax does. Maybe he's, making up for long lost time.
Yeah.
Bo's from Beverly Hills. Did you hear this is going into business with Jimmy Fallon?
Yes. So it's going to be like an Apprentice kind of show, right?
Yes, but for marketing.
Right.
I mean, that is so awesome. And Bo's is going to be like she's going to counsel the contestants.
Yeah, I did. I like that.
I love that. It's called On Brand. I will be watching. Also, I love Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I think
I don't even know how you can go wrong with him.
Right.
Stagecoach is happening this weekend. Have you ever been?
No, but I just spray tan someone that's there. My bestie went last year and she loved it. I feel like festivals, because speaking of festivals, the Garlic Festival's coming back to Gilroy. Did you see?
Honey, of course I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, I cried. What are you talking about? I was ready. The tickets were going to go on sale and then they paused the ticket sale. So anyway, but of course we've got our festival. Yes.
Yeah, so I always think of going to the whatever festival, like people go 3 days. I think, oh my God, to go to the Garlic Festival for 3 days? That's wild. That's a lot.
I mean, there was a time when I did it, I have to say. There was a time when I did it. And I think I did Coachella for 3 days. I think the first time I did Coachella, I did it for 3 days. And then the second time I did Coachella, I did it for 2.
Two. Yeah, I could see 2.
My tailor just went to Coachella, saw Gaga, and just went bananas.
Oh,
Gaga was amazing, but my dear friend Timmy plays guitar. It's guitar or bass. Anyway, Timmy's always the one when she's on her knees like this. Timmy's the one with the guitar right in her face. So the two, I would have loved to have just gone just to see Tim, but Gaga's performance was getting just incredible reviews.
get her in the
My Taylor is a critic. She is a critic, and she was like, "Mom, you like died and came back to life in that set." She said it was amazing.
That's what I've heard. Get her in the Sphere in Vegas, right?
Gaga at the Sphere would be incredible.
Yeah.
So what did you think about Summer House this week, my love?
I mean, is it not the greatest thing on TV?
It is so great. What about the pajama party? What was it called?
Snooze Fest.
Snooze Fest.
I want to have a party called Snooze Fest. I thought it was a great idea.
I mean, the cutest, and why has no one thought about that before? I mean, honestly, why don't we all call slumber parties Snooze Fest?
Exactly. Paige is
Because no one ever wants to sleep at a slumber party. They want to stay awake all night.
right.
So not a lot of snoozing that actually takes place, but I love the concept.
Yeah, it's about Paige because she just likes to lay in bed.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Which I love to lay in bed, but after a few hours, I'm like, I got to get out of here.
Exactly.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's kind of like 69. It sounds like a good idea, but then when you try it, it's just not all it's cracked up to be.
No HOD there.
No. So this episode was like the demise. This was where shit really started going south with the whole
Jesse.
Yeah, with the whole Jesse and
Lexi.
thank you.
Yeah.
Jesse and Lexi romance.
Yeah.
Which I feel like, truthfully, I feel like really could have had legs. Because their first, you know what I mean? Their chemical reaction to each other was real. Their chemistry was real. That was authentic, I think. It really was. I think there was just so many people in the house, so many, you know what I mean? I think if they would have been alone without all of that outside noise, it would have ended differently.
Well, also because his dynamic that he has with the girls in the house, too, that's a different deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a different deal.
Him with Sierra. And did you see him this week when he first saw Sierra and he tries to give her a hug and she says, "Let's give knuckles"? Yeah, you told me last week.
Right.
Don't touch me.
Right. Also, yeah. And that's off-putting. When you think that you have a rapport with someone and you think that you're cool and you're at that level with someone and they're suddenly "don't touch me," I would be like, okay.
He tried to say he was joking, which is a bunch of bullshit.
Sorry, sweetie. Yeah, no, he definitely wasn't joking.
No.
I don't think he wanted to be doing it. You know what I mean? I don't think it was like his idea. I thought he was like trying to behave, like do the right thing.
Showing Lexi that I told her not to touch me like that.
Right. So, maybe even just so it could be on camera. So if he's still with Lexi down the road, he could show Lexi, see, I was being a very, good boyfriend.
Right.
And then we saw Paige, I mean, still reeling from the whole
Up. Yeah, we're watching it unfold.
The pre-breakup is stressful. Knowing that you're just going to have to deal with that level of tension and level of upset and disappointment and hurt feelings. sometimes the leading up to the breakup is worse than the breakup itself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
What about Carl and he looks when he's watching porn, he searches tan lines.
Of course he does.
Tan lines. And the way West laughed at him was so hilarious.
West was crying.
Dying. Just dying. Hilarious.
And West,
I don't even want to know what they beeped out of him saying.
right. And West was just saying that the level that he watches of pornography, he can never go down to just tan lines, right?
Well, I mean, not to start talking about porn or everything, but or anything, but there is a level of truth to, you know what I mean? There is kind of a level of truth to that. If you watch it all, then where do you go from there? And then how do you,
exactly
enjoy vanilla ice cream anymore?
Yeah. And I feel like this generation, with all everything at the palm of our hands,
I think, and so many people, I think, start watching porn at a young age, and they really think that that's what sex is supposed to be, how you have sex. And sweetie, it's not.
Right. And then when you're 20 and you're trying it, it's going to be a big letdown, or
someone's going to think you're really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. Did we have anything else on that show?
No, just the waiting of the breakup. It was nice to see Schwartzy on the show.
It was nice to see Schwartzy on the show.
And I liked that he said he was.
Oh my God. I saw Schwartzy today. I was on the phone with you. Do you remember that? This just happened.
I know.
That's a true story. I'm talking to Christy on the phone, you guys, in bumper to bumper traffic. And here goes Schwartz walking right across. I swear to God, just like this, carrying a brown bag of groceries.
I love it.
Talking to Christy, I'm going, just staring at Schwartz right now. He's walking right in front of my door.
I loved it.
Hilarious. Okay, what about Atlanta? How are you feeling about Atlanta now? Because I know when this season started, you were HOA, high on Atlanta.
I don't remember girls' name. I can't remember all their names.
The names are a lot.
Kelly.
Also, don't you kind of feel like this is a really important lesson to Bravo to not put on so many new names at one time that it's overwhelming. It should be, I think, am I aging us? Like, don't make us remember more than
too much, but it actually is too much.
It's too much. Because if you don't want to tune in because it's just so overwhelming, it's easier to tune out than it is to learn all these new names.
Yeah. I love Portia.
I mean, maybe if we were only watching Atlanta, that'd be okay. You could learn it. But there's a lot of names.
Right. Because I'm watching Below Deck Down Under, which is wild.
Below Deck Down Under, one
they're in Australia.
Captain Jason?
Yes, and it's crazy.
Wait a minute. You must be watching an old season.
No, it's on right now. It's on Peacock. You can be watching it. You have Peacock.
No. I watch Below Deck, but it's on right now. They're not there, but they're not in Australia.
Yes, they are. They always are. With Jason, yes.
No, Jason is an season right now, and they're in the Seychelles.
Right. You're right. Anyway,
yeah.
It is.
But so you're watching an older season it can't be this season.
Yes, it is. It's this season because all of them are not out.
Who is on? Tell me about it.
Who do you want? The chef. She's a brunette. She's been on before.
Zarina?
I don't remember names right now. She has an accent. She's got a little bit of an accent, brown hair, but it is wild. And one of the girls that was on another reality show was just a guest, and they had a foam party. She lives in Florida, and she was a well taken care of girl on one of the shows. She says, "Oh, my daddy will buy that." Blonde hair. Her name's Karina or something. You would know.
I hate to burst your bubble, but this is old.
No, it isn't. All of them are not coming out. You're not even watching, so you can't say that.
I watch Peacock.
Yeah, but you're not watching Below Deck Down Under, so you can't say what you don't know. My bestie Brianna and I, we watch it, and she says I'm caught up on the new episode. So I just watched episode 10, and it's not over.
And who are the stews on that? This is really rattling me.
Oh, I can't think of the names. There's two that you would know, and then everyone else is new. But it's wild, but something wild happened last night.
What?
There was a girl that she just started. She's a new stew chef. She just came on, and then she got with a deckhand. And so they went on 2 dates, la, la, la. Well, she walks into the bedroom. It's dark.
And she gets in bed with the other dude, and she thinks she's getting in bed with her boyfriend. And
she said, Johnny.
Johnny, yes. And then her Greek god boyfriend that she's really into starts losing his shit. Yes, I'm watching that show.
Well, because he walked in and
we watch it all the time. I love it too. Yes.
So you are watching it.
They're in the Seychelles, sweetie.
Yeah, that's what you said. So, but the guy led her into the bed, even though he heard that it wasn't his name.
I said the same thing. No one's going to tell me that he didn't know who she was looking for.
You said Johnny 3 times. So
yes.
Yeah, you know the show. You're watching.
Yes. That little blonde. And yes, you're talking about Zarina, the chef.
Yes.
Who's got a little snotty.
Yes.
Tries to pretend like she's a real team player, but she's really very insecure and mean. She's got a mean streak to her.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, sweetie. I mean, don't you love it? I love it.
Yeah. So I just finished on that episode last night.
I've just never talked about Below Deck because I mean, it's
comes and goes.
Revolving door. I mean, you never get to follow, people. I mean, except the stews and shit, but
right. And the captains change. So,
captains change.
I just saw that. Speaking of, Captain Sandy and Hannah are going to get together. They, since the breakup. Remember, she kicked her off because of the breakup?
Yes.
They're going to have a reunion.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Yeah.
I love that. No, I love Below Deck. I love that show so much. I think it's fabulous.
Me too. Okay, so Atlanta. I really, really love Portia. Always. She's so theatrical and just amazing.
She's hilarious.
And the girls these women, the way that they dress and their cleavage and their boobs that are out and they oil it up.
The level of clothes, I just think I don't know. I'm just
so uncomfortable, but
that's my point. They just look uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. It just almost bordering on painful. And to me, comfort is key in all situations. And I don't know how they do it.
They wear it well.
Hats off to the ladies of Atlanta for turning it out the way they do. It's way more than I would ever participate in.
They do not look uncomfortable though, because they wear it well. The way they're cooler and so I love that.
Yes.
I did not like seeing Ralph on the show this week and them going to court.
I mean, that to me, Ralph needs to. You talk about. I feel like that's somebody I could do without completely. Almost on the show, I don't need her or Ralph. It's boring. It's all boring. Everything about
she's
her.
A liar. She lies. She lied about Magic Johnson or whoever being her cousin. And then when she met with
she tries to say that she was just kidding about that, but I don't think she was kidding.
She was not kidding. And then someone else said later in the show that she's a pathological liar. And I thought, yeah, you're right. She just lied about something that you didn't even have to lie about.
And also, she's boring. She's just boring. I mean, even when she was with Ralph, the way she would just, that's my husband. And you're boring when you're married to him. You're bored. Your singing's boring. Everything about her bores me.
What about her last confessional looking like Beyonce? Did you see
that? Was serious.
I
fucking well did see it. I've never seen so much Highlighter. I mean, she might as well have taken like magic markers all over her face.
I think she did. I said,
Oh,
holy moly, what's happening?
I know. But so they all go to Nashville for Portia's party,
Yeah.
right? Hee haw, giddy up,
51,
girl.
51 seconds Shamia rode that bull for. She beat whoever was before her at 49 seconds. That's impressive.
I just gotta, whenever Rihanna texts me, I hold my breath because it could be something huge at the salon, but it's just I got my hair cut today. Did I tell you that? I got it colored yesterday and I got it cut today.
It looks cute. I usually don't like when other people cut your hair. I like when you do it, but I think this haircut's cute.
Well, Rihanna's been cutting it the last few times, but I just wanted her to cut it because then I still have 2.5 weeks till the wedding, so it'll grow out a little bit. But if I didn't cut it now, then by the time I got to the wedding, it would be way too long. So I just needed a little trim.
I forgot about the wedding.
A wedding. Yes.
Wow.
I know it's happening. It's all happening. Also, what about the fact that what blew me away, let's face it, the big blow away of this episode of Atlanta was the fact that one woman invited the other woman.
She invited Dre.
Well, I thought that it would be great to have her here. What?
It's my birthday.
Can you imagine?
No. I thought, what the fuck are you doing?
I couldn't believe it.
And she's the one who was staying in the room with the bunk beds, right? So of course, I mean, pre-planned, bravo.
I know, but maybe I don't know. Does Bravo plan it and then Portia really doesn't know?
Right. Or who knows? But yeah, so she's coming. So, oh God.
I know.
But I love that they went to Nashville.
I've never been to Nashville. Have you?
Not yet.
I'm looking forward to going to Nashville.
Same. I want to go to the music, rock and roll music or country music museum.
I know. There's a lot to see there. There's a lot of fun to be had in Nashville.
Yeah. I like Cynthia being on it too.
Yeah, I did like Cynthia being on it. I'm into Cynthia. I mean, bring me more Cynthia. I feel like she's a little bit playing small right now, maybe because she doesn't know quite how to navigate this friend role. But for me, I'm like, give me full strength Cynthia, extra strength Cynthia.
Where's Phaedra? We need Phaedra immediately.
And I think we're gonna get
Kenya back.
Getting Kenya back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think she's an important element with all those new people.
Me too.
Whose names have yet to be memorized.
Right.
They need to put their name almost like in the first season of this many new people. It's like their name should be down there through the whole, because I can't tell you how many times I look up and I'm like, oh, which one's that?
Yeah,
and
Kelly.
And the Chiron's already gone and I have to literally rewind so I can, because I'm really, like you said, trying to remember who's who.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to follow along if you can't even remember which name matches with which face.
Right.
And everybody else is listening to us right now going, come on, girls, we're on episode 8. You don't have it by now?
Well, and some of their faces, they're talking about the nose jobs, the Jackson nose jobs.
Oh, she admitted that it was a little too pinched after she got it done. And then she got told to plump it back out with Botox.
Yeah.
Oh, well. At least there's a correction for it, right?
Right.
And then we had the Valley this week. Which I gotta say, I think the Valley is
good.
Hot.
Me too.
I really do.
Oh, it's great. Summer House in the Valley, I'm loving.
What about Kristen going over to Jax's and having a sit down come to Jesus with him? It is so hilarious.
Well, it's serious. If Kristen, what did he say? If Kristen's coming to your house before noon to talk to you about your life.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
Did you notice in the house that the pictures on the mantle are all turned away? So you can't see any of the pictures. There was a card on the security camera in the house, so Brittany can't see what's going on. But yeah, he turned the pictures, the photographs, the family photographs over.
What I noticed were how many signs there were that said couchies.
Couchy homes. Yes.
I mean, and
Bar.
couchy, established. Yeah. The
And
couchy's corner. I'm like, we get it.
And did you notice that all he's doing is wearing his Jax hat and his
Oh
Jax?
my God. Yes.
Love yourself much?
Well, I mean, he's just trying to advertise for he's trying to bring people into his place. I mean, because
Right.
guy's got to put money on the table, right?
Yeah.
Kristen's trying to talk sense into him, and he says, I have everything going on for me, but I still can't be happy. Which a little bit truthfully reminds me of myself. Like I've said it before, before I had my awakening, I used to feel like so similar to that. Like, why can't I just get happy? Why does it always feel like there's that? And the fact of the matter is Jack says, oh, why I just think, why isn't my dad here? And you know what I mean? I can't talk to my mom, and all of these things that he thinks should be a certain way that aren't that way. And that's why he can't be happy. But the reason he can't be happy is because because he has a shitty relationship with himself. He just lacks self-love, and he's rooted in the wrong shit. And
Doesn't have a soul.
it's not that he doesn't have a soul. He just can't find it. He just can't find it.
Right. I know. And
it's sad.
And he says stuff, about, well, what other guy wouldn't do this? Finding a message. What other guy wouldn't do it? I could show you a million other guys that wouldn't throw a bar stool.
I mean, unbelievable.
Be violent.
The fact that he's sitting there trying to justify, I mean, you don't get to justify any of it. It's
well, that's his ammo. That's what he does all the time. But what about me?
What about me? He said that to Kristen. What about you? Everything's been about you since episode 1, season 1 of Vanderpump. Thank you. We don't. And then you've got the lollies, and they're just, I mean, those two.
Oh my God.
I mean, talk about a shit show.
I like Jesse, then I don't like Jesse. He said to her, I'm going to take our daughter and move to Newport Beach. And then he said to the camera, I did it just to get a rise out of her, No,
he's horrible.
He's a piece of...
He says, well, I didn't, well, what did he say? He says that, oh, she cheated. And then she counters with, well, you're being cheated on right now.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you're being cheated on right now. And he's just trying to keep it very calm. Yes. Who told you that? Sheena. Okay. Yes. And we'll call her. Hello, Sheena. Is this what was said? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Your girlfriend is dating someone from Baywatch.
Yeah. Which has to be David Charvet.
Is that still happening? Baywatch? An old guy from Baywatch, right?
Yeah, it's got to be David Charvet. I mean, I can't think of any other guy from Baywatch who's even still in decent condition. But David Charvet is very much a Malibu. He's in like you could find David Charvet anywhere in Malibu on any night. He's everywhere.
Well, is it in Malibu now? But
yeah. You're right. He's probably made his way down to Orange County.
Right.
Yeah.
I heard today that Sheena may have dated Janet's husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Janet,
Jason, right?
Yeah. I don't know if this is confirmed, but I heard someone on a podcast saying this, and Janet, sought out Sheena, became her assistant or did something, and then that's how they became friends and how she's on the show.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she saw her at a party at some, where they do that rooftop, maybe the Godfrey, who knows?
Oh, I do. Yes, she said she approached her.
Yes.
I do remember this now. But before we get to Janet, because there's a lot to talk about with her, back to Lolly saying, he said, after she walks out, after Michelle leaves the house, after they sat down and had that combo, then she leaves and he says to camera, I didn't cheat on her. I didn't lie to her. Yeah, maybe I was a shitty husband, but I didn't hurt her. So why is she trying to hurt me? And I just sat there thinking, what a myopic view. I didn't cheat on her. I didn't lie to her. Maybe I was a shitty husband. But people act like being a shitty husband isn't betrayal in its own right. When someone is like being a shitty person, you might as well be cheating. Truthfully, it's really no different because you're not honoring your partner, just levels of dishonoring and enough small dishonoring being a shitty husband. I mean, what, you going to die by a million paper cuts or whatever that expression is?
Exactly. Poked the bear one too many times.
It's just ridiculous. The fact that somebody tries to hide behind, oh, I didn't cheat on her and I didn't lie. But meanwhile, I was an absolute piece of shit and treated her like garbage every day. So what? Why are you being so mean to me? And the fact that he thinks it's intentional, right? Because you can tell, like he says, I wasn't trying to hurt her. He said, I didn't hurt her. Like he really believes that she's intentionally trying to hurt him. Maybe that's just the way she's being. A shitty co-parent or a shitty soon-to-be ex, just like he was a shitty partner.
Right. Yeah, she's not taking it anymore.
No, I'm glad she's there. It's just so clear that those two.
Well, it was a one night stand, right? That's,
Was a one night stand. Yes.
Yeah.
That turned into more.
Right. Got pregnant and had the baby. They weren't dating or.
And then the guys come over to take Jax or they come over to have an intervention.
With him. I mean, the guys on this show compared to the guys on the Valley, they make the Valley look like sunshine.
This is the Valley.
I mean, Summer House. Just their.
You mean the guys on
Summer House? The guys on the Valley.
Makes sense though, right? Because these guys are all like they're a little bit older, officially dads now. They come over to have that heart to heart with him. We're really worried about you, buddy. Blah blah blah. And then while they're there, then Jax gets a call from the facilitator.
Yes.
He gets a call from the facilitator. Excuse me, can I have a minute?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zach and Brittany meet up and he gets into the whole, him and Janet of it all. But then he says, but more than that, this is about you and I. And here's the question. He makes it out. If you were to listen to Zach, you would think that Janet is the devil. Do you think that she is as bad as he makes her out to be?
Well, I didn't think so until I heard her speak on the podcast when she's accusing them of wanting her to lose the baby, Kristen. And, she turned it into that. They did not say, I want her to lose her baby.
Sorry. Kristen would never say, I want her to lose the baby. I don't buy that at all.
No. And so she's making it look like that's what they intended and they did not. And
I do not like, there's nothing I dislike more than people that will try and spin shit to suit the narrative.
And I think that's what is happening with this girl.
Yeah, because then you mischaracterize people and that's just not cool. Imagine.
They didn't say that.
Those are like fighting words. I would cut her off. Truthfully, that's the kind of shit that if someone did that to me, I just don't have time for people like that in my life. Goodbye.
Exactly.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so I don't think I like her.
Yeah, if that's the case, I need to start paying more attention to her. We learn about Zach's boyfriend.
Or, yeah, the boyfriend that's still married.
Yes, Zach's it's still married, illegal, or going to be deported, or.
But then yet he's going to live with him for the summer now.
Good luck to him.
And they broke up, but he's coming. So
yeah. Then Brittany and the girls meet up down at. I feel like watching the Valley is crazy because. It's crazy. Everywhere they go is everywhere we go. Like when they were sitting at the 6, I was like, that's like my spot. That's so like get out of my seat. Like
I knew you were going to say.
I'm looking at those drinks. I'm like, yes, that's that drink. And like they have the best oysters there. I mean, it's one of my favorite places. So they're there, and that's where Michelle tells the girls that Jesse's new chick is harassing her.
Right.
What about, imagine, what the fuck is that? You start dating a guy, you have the audacity. How long has he been dating? How long have they been dating? And she's sending Michelle shit.
Yeah.
What was that all about? Because then Janet said that she's been asking other people, saying shit to other people, accusing them of stuff.
Like what? I forget.
Harassing her. She's afraid that people are going to harass her. And I guess it all comes down to the fact that she doesn't want her name to be talked about or whatever.
Oh, that's what it is. That's why they had to say allegedly, because, right, she's going to do a cease and desist where you can't talk about me on the show. But you're dating somebody that's on the show.
Okay. So what do they just refer to her as, the dingaling that shall not be mentioned?
The dingaling that's boning a Baywatch someone. Yeah.
Then as Jax is preparing to go to this treatment center, Brittany says, I want to talk to you. And that idiot turns and says, I'm not talking to you. You ruined my life. And now I don't know, Chris. I honestly don't know. Is he really that wacko jacko, or is this all being played up for the camera?
So I think both. You mean, wait, him being a horrible.
I mean, I know Jax is absolutely hands down a complete asshole, but I'm just wondering if this whole display of going to even the you ruined my life. I don't know. There's a side of me that thinks it's real.
I think it is real because this is how he was even in Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
This is how he was.
Always.
And it's not like Brittany would ever agree to something like that that's going to harm her kid. And because this kid's going to look back on all of this footage someday and see this.
Well, and not only that, but Brittany speaking about Jax to Michelle while the baby's there, Cruz can hear what you're saying. You're bad-mouthing Jax and talking about what happened. She's not being very smart doing that. And the poor nanny.
That's who I was thinking of.
What has the nanny heard and seen?
Everything. Everything.
Right?
The nanny knows. There'll soon to be a book. I'm sure the nanny had to sign non-disclosure. You can guarantee the nanny signed something, so the nanny can't write anything. But I'm sure she has a story and a half to tell.
Yeah, Brittany. It's just like looking back at her, she should have just left, she stuck around. It's like, ugh.
And I think she, I mean, she was partying with him for a long time. But
well, that's what he said. Well, you didn't do cocaine?
And she said, but I don't have a problem.
Right.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, you need help, Jax. Yeah, he's bringing this girl named Paige around who used to be on Jeff Lewis.
Like as in bringing her around as
the house.
Hold on. Is that the girl that was in the picture?
Yes.
This is Paige that used to be on Jeff Lewis?
Yes. It's so weird. My bestie texted me last night and she's watching.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, because remember when he went out to dinner with Jesse and a bunch of men, and then the man was talking about his daughter or something, but there was something, but this girl is from Jeff Lewis.
Hilarious. Is that the chick who left her underwear on the counter?
Yeah, I think so, but he's trying to say she slept in the guest room. Yeah.
Oh, God. That sounds like what Sandoval, remember when Sandoval used to have what's her face sleeping in the guest room, and while he's in that guest room giving her a back rub or some kind of rub. Not a dry rub.
Yeah, so the Valley is wild.
The Valley is wild.
Pay attention to Janet.
Close attention.
You should. Yeah,
So you're telling me that the real backstory on Janet is that she was a Vanderpump Rules fan and she approached Sheena at a rooftop bar and they started chatting. I do remember that. I think we found that out season 1.
Yes.
I do vaguely
She
remember that.
said it. Yeah, Janet talked about it, I'm pretty sure, something. But yeah, I remember that. But yeah, but hearing today that Sheena dated her husband is like, I don't really. But you know, Sheena used to date anybody.
Sheena,
Everybody.
there was a time when Sheena was having a whole lot of fun.
Remember when she bought someone a penguin?
My God. Do you remember that?
Desperate Sheena.
That was, I think the penguin was for the guy that put the TV up in like something like a minute and a half or some crazy. Do you remember that?
7 minutes.
Hey, well, everybody has different things. I want a man that can put a TV up in 7.5 seconds.
So yeah, I'm happy all the shows are, I just am waiting for Miami.
You're waiting for Miami. What else do we have coming up?
What about the Love House with?
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. You want to know why I'm looking forward to this? Mostly because I want to see, I really enjoy watching Shannon Bedore in uncomfortable situations. I don't give a rat's ass about Luann.
Yeah.
What? She's like, that's child play for her. She's an animal. No, Shannon is the one. Ashley, same thing. Ashley, she can handle herself. Giselle, same with Giselle, but not Shannon.
Going on a date.
I would watch that show just for the Shannon of it all.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious. And she goes, "What am I in? A sex hotel?" Yeah. I love it. I can't wait. It's starting soon. I'm looking forward to it. The next gen is getting a whole bunch of publicity from Teresa, but I'm not interested in watching that at all. Are you?
No. What are you talking about? Hayden?
No, next gen.
Oh, next generate. Yeah, no.
No.
Parks is on it. Kim Zolciak's daughter. No, thank you.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I suppose they're just looking to maybe grasp a younger dynamic or a younger demographic. Maybe they're like thinking that they can bank on, there's so many kids that would sit watching Housewives with their moms. And so maybe they're like invested in the younger kids, but I don't know. I have a feeling this is going to be a 1-season wonder.
Same. Yeah, I think it'll be a flop.
Well, my love, what do you have? Anything big happening this week?
I'm just busy. I'm so busy.
Are you sucking? What do you call it? Busy?
Succulenting? I don't know. I'm doing landscape. I'm a landscaper right now. I did a whole yard and 3 decks at one townhouse. I'm wiped and I'm still not done.
Well,
so today I did hair and that was my break.
That's nice. It's nice to have 2 different things that you love. Like
yeah, and spray tan.
And your spray tan.
Spray tanning is the greatest invention.
You are what you call diversified, sweetie.
Yeah, baby.
And potting.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, baby. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Christy May's Garage on Instagram.
Yes, if you're in the South Bay, everybody, and you need your succulents done, Christy is your girl.
Yep.
I love it. All right, baby. Well, this has been fun. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you soon.
Yep.
All right, babe.
Love ya.
Later. Kiss, kiss. All right, everybody, that about does it for this episode of Generally Speaking. If you've been watching on YouTube, please make sure you reach out and smash that subscribe button. If you've been listening on your favorite streaming platform, please make sure you give us a follow, give us a 5-star rating, leave a message. We would love that. If you'd like to reach me on socials, you can find me on TikTok at This Is Generally Speaking or on Instagram at The Jennifer Snook. If you'd like to collaborate or have a question you'd like answered on the pod, you can email me at jennifer@jennifersnook.com. And if you'd like to get your hands on some of this adorable Generally Speaking merch, I will leave the link down below. All right, everybody, I have loved spending this time with you. Thank you so much for being here with me. And until we're together again, everybody, stay rooted in love. We'll see you next time.